I wonder if they'll ever change that, but then I'll miss it. A new legendary hero joins the battle. What is that sound? What? Guardian Dragon, okay.
I would prefer
Myrrh?
not to fight, but there's something I must protect.
Well, that artist is new. Esuel, I've never seen that. Defense Resonancy Dragon Wall, Darkling Guardian, and then Godly Breath. Whoa, whoa! She's so shiny. It's not my monitor being weird, right? She's actually just super shiny. Wow, we officially have our first shiny in Feh.
That won't work.
Wow. Shiny hunting comes to Feh. But you gotta use orbs. Wow, I can't believe that's Myrrh. Wait, is that okay? Is it okay for Myrrh to be a legendary? I mean, we got legendary Tiki before, but like, that is not somebody I would have ever expected. Wow. Anyways, that's really something. All right. I completely missed all the heroes, but I'm so excited for it to be Myrrh. Myrrh's adorable. That is a more mature looking Myrrh too. Huh. All right, we'll go over the banner later, but I already see a couple of good heroes. Man, Ascended Joshua, bruh. That's a powerhouse of a hero. All right, guys, coming into this, did you actually expect it to be Myrrh? Technically, she is a valid option. The Guardian Dragon. I mean, she wouldn't even be the first, you know, legendary dragon. Myrrh. We have Grima after all, and we also have, of course, legendary Tiki, so there's that. But still, this caught me off guard. She looks so good. By the way, that artist, Esuel, rate the art out of 10, chat. That, I think they got it down completely. I have Myrrh. I like Myrrh, but I never thought she could look this good. Like, there's so much detail and the lighting is immaculate, and she looks particularly cute. Her eyes are so lively. It's really, really well done. That's ridiculous how good the art is. But someone fact check me right now. Is Esuel the first, like, this is their first piece of art in Feh?
The Lolly Dragon Trio, all is blue low.
Sorry, you're right. I did forget a dragon. It's legendary Tiki, now legendary Myrrh, and then legendary KFC. Sorry, that's not their name. Legendary Fodder. That's right. That's our 3 legendary blue dragons that are all kiddos, and then of course there's legendary Grima. Distant Stance. Sorry, it's always catches me off guard. It's called Distant Stance. That doesn't even make sense. Like, when you remember it's called Distant Stance, doesn't it sound too weird to be true? Either way, but yeah, a 3rd blue little dragon, sure. All right, Godly Breath, let's go get over it, because that is the big thing. Accelerate special trigger cooldown count -1 if unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally. Inflicts attack speed, defense res -5 on foes during combat. That is huge. All stats -5. Now, real quick chat, do you guys prefer all stats +5 or all stats -5? Because all stats +5 benefits you in terms of damage output, whereas all stats -5 on your opponent benefits you in terms of taking less damage. For example, your opponent wants to use Bonfire or something, now they got defense -5, right? But this doesn't improve your own Bonfire because it's not defense +5. Now, your normal attack still hits harder because it's res -5, but like, there is a difference between minus stats and then plus stats, even though in effect it appears to be roughly the same. Hey, Hazel. Anyways, reduces damage from attacks during combat and from AoE specials by 30%, and you makes a guaranteed follow attack. So they basically took the Myrrh idea and improved it. So for those who forgot, base Myrrh and Halloween Myrrh basically had to out defense their opponents to auto double. No? Actually, base Myrrh actually had to use QR, and it was out defense to prevent doubling. But basically, they took the concepts of the Myrrhs already in the game and put it together. So the entire idea of reducing, getting hit fewer times is to take less damage, so that turns into damage reduction of 30%, even for AoEs. And of course, Halloween Myrrh of out-defensing your opponent for the guaranteed follow-up is now just guaranteed follow-up straight up. So it's just basically took the ideas thus far in the game and put it together. And of course, like most modern heroes in the game nowadays, give them slaying, because that's the best way to make them extremely deadly. So that bonfire is actually 2 cooldown. You know, it's not very complicated. It's slaying, all stats -5, damage reduction, and guaranteed follow-up. But you know what? That's actually a really good combination. With that said, though, no DC. So she's meant for up close fighting. Defense res unity. If units within 2 spaces of an ally, grants defense res +5. Bonus to defense res during combat equals current penalty on each of those stats. So I expect her to have really high defense and really high res. And that's probably really, really good for her because Dragon Wall is right there. And she's supposed to be a tank dragon as is. Kind of surprised that guaranteed follow-up attack isn't conditional on defense, out-defensing your opponent. But, you know, it's better this way, even though she's kind of set up to keep that all in mind. All right, but what's her perf skill? Darkling Guardian. At start of turn, units within 2 spaces of an ally grants defense res +6. Foe cannot make a fall attack, and warp bubble to unit for 1 turn. Oh, so the foe cannot make a follow-up attack is here. It's just not in the breath anymore. It's in her C slot. And she now has warp bubble. What? Foes cannot warp into spaces within 4 spaces of units. Hey, do you guys remember this hero by the name of Gatekeeper? You know, that guy that everyone was so excited about, that had the highest amount of votes for a male hero. Remember that guy? Yeah. Remember how no one uses him? That tombstone now needs to be replaced with an even bigger tombstone. Why would you use... I mean, nobody uses him, so there is no why would you use. But it's another tombstone right on top of him because I would just rather use Myrrh. Myrrh is much more harder to kill, and then Darkling Guardian being dropped onto her, no warping within 4 spaces of a unit. That's actually pretty significant. Huh. Gatekeeper, extra dead. This is a pretty concise and clean kit, no chat? And I'm willing to bet she's hyper min-maxed. My goodness, she's shiny. No, I'm serious. She's so shiny. That is, wow. That makes you feel bad for having the other Myrrhs. Though I do like Myrrh. She's super adorable. That won't work. Eat it won't. Wow, what a devastating dragon. Of course, Wind Blessed, defense, blue. Really quickly before we proceed further. Are you guys excited about Myrrh? I really can't believe it's Myrrh. Flying blue dragon. So, she's going to be okay against archers, but she has no counterattack. But with Dragon Wall and the ability to deny doubles, even if they have effective against damage, she should be able to take a hit. So I think she's going to be a fine unit, but it's a really, really hard sell. Would you use Myrrh over the 2 dragons we've gotten recently? That's my question. She's not a super scorer because she doesn't have a perf B slot either. And she's not a mythic hero, so unlike Medeus. I like Medeus, who's really good for Ether 8's defense team and is a very, very good tank dragon and also really meant to fight up close and has fewer weaknesses because he's not flying. I don't know. So the reason why I bring this up is because I don't think this Myrrh is going to beat Medeus, right? I think Medeus is more valuable. She's not going to outscore him unless it's a legendary season for wind. So unless you need a wind legendary, I guess, you know, she's good for that at least. But it's really hard competition right now. Really, really hard competition. I think Rhea is a better tank hero, and as a savior hero, you know, she's much more valuable. And in terms of utility, Medeus is more valuable, and these are both hyper defensive dragon heroes that's been recently released. So I have both of them over Myrrh. And in terms of highly valuable legendary heroes thus far, it's Caeda and it's Nana, who both score higher because of perf B slots. So this is a weird pick, even though it's, you know, fair, but it's a weird pick because the competition right now is so rough. They should have really released Myrrh earlier. But then again, I guess I don't know. I just feel like this is a hero they should have released a couple months earlier for her to do better. But yeah, at the end of the day, she's still an excellent dragon. It's just, it's a really weird field to need a flying tank dragon nowadays, is what I have to say. Anyways, you guys can let me know about your feelings about her, but it's a weird time for her to come out of the game. As for the rest of the heroes, legendary Eliwood, legendary Edelgard. Ooh, those two are still pretty interesting units, but they're not as dominant as they once were. The legendary Eliwood's still a really good buffer. Bramimond. Bramimond. When is Bramimond gonna refine? It's not a bad hero anymore, but it's just not scary. Claude, and then Joshua. Senate Joshua's really good. Sheeta's back. Ooh. All right, chat. What's the best color for you guys? Legendary Sheeta for me is one of the best legendary heroes out in the game. I think I have legendary Nana slightly above her, but in terms of like overall utility, she is one of the best. Ability to attack calves first, armors first, ability to attack always first once she gets into combat. You know, she's a pretty deadly unit. And she also has Kanto, so very, very good, very well built hero. So because it's Sheeta and Myrrh together, if you were a person trying to +10 a legendary, this is actually a really good banner for blues immediately, because those are two fine legendary heroes to have as merge projects. As for the final hero, it's legendary Byleth, female. So that's a very, very strong blue. If you are a whale or just trying to +10 a legendary hero, that's it for you. Wait a second. Sorry, chat. Byleth, legendary Byleth, female. What is her element? Is she also wind? I don't remember anymore. I know male Byleth is earth. No, it's been a while. It's a bit confuzzling for me. Huh. She is wind. Wow, that's complicated. If you already she scores the same as Myrrh, no? That is very complicated. Because if you wanted to make... Wow. If you are looking to make a +10 legendary wind hero, it's actually not a bad banner, huh? You got two options there. And then Sheeta, of course, is really good. Byleth scores less. Oh, that's... Damn. All right, so maybe slightly less. All right, but still, blue I think is really, really strong, especially for whales and people who need scoring. As for the rest of them, green, Byleth. Ooh. Flame Boy, thank you for follow. Pathfinder's really, really useful still, but I think everyone's been using Ash. I still really, really like Dagr, but I just been using my Ash way more than Dagr nowadays, so that's kind of iffy with me nowadays. I still think she's excellent, but the final hero is legendary Edelgard, so I think green is okay. It really depends on how you value Pathfinder and whether you value anti-dragon heroes in Edelgard and dragon and beasts. Edelgard isn't effective damage, but she should be able to kill any dragon or beast. Blue strong, green is okay. Colorless is okay as well. I think Ascendant Joshua is one of the best colorless killers in the game. Claude is one of the most annoying colorless heroes of an entire game, and he's really, really good. Bramimond's still not bad, so colorless is fine as well. Red is weak. Red is weak. It really just comes down to, do you need Eliwood and do you need fodder, is what I would say. So the way I organize it is blue first, colorless second, green third, and then red last. You guys agree or disagree? But if you were to go for this banner, I think if I were you guys, I'd be going for blue, because that's actually a pretty good time to try and +10 a legendary hero there, as well as going for Colorless. So yeah, that's what I think anyways. It's not a bad banner, but it's looking very skippable, is what I would say. Do keep in mind, with the new banners coming up, because we're formally entering summer, we're gonna have Summer 1 banners soon, and we're only a couple months, literally like a couple of months, or 3 months, I guess, away from Choose Your Legends coming up. So there's no need to rush into a banner like this if you don't want to go for it. But if you're a Feh Pass user, I think maybe Spark for a hero, a legendary, if you're trying to +10 one of them. But yeah, it feels bad because if Feh came out, sorry, not Feh. If Myrrh came out a year ago, or even around the time where Feh came out, I would absolutely see more value in her. But because of how things are right now, I don't really value her. I'll be frank with you guys. Let me just ask you guys, would you take Myrrh or Feh? Because I think Feh is stronger fodder and probably a better survivalist thanks to that guaranteed revival.
This banner is skippable emo,
Yeah.
especially since we potentially have 3 hopes around the corner until in a few months.
Right. 3 hopes will be a normal heroes banner as well, so that's coming up as well. So yeah, as you guys can probably see in the chat, most people are picking Feh. It's really rough. It's just really, really rough. I don't know why they waited on her. Anyways, that's my thoughts. I like Myrrh, but this banner is not looking like the best. All right.